Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Erling Haaland raves about Arsenal's Martin Odegaard before tonight's game. Manchester City star Erling Haaland has admitted he's been really impressed with Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard this season. Haaland was speaking to the club's official website ahead of their huge clash this evening. Arsenal host Pep Guardiola's side in a top-of-the-table match with top spot up for grabs. Haaland has highlighted Martin Odegaard's ability. The pair are international teammates, but will very much be rivals this evening. Asked about his Norway teammate ahead of tonight's match, Haaland said, "He is such a good footballer and finally he is getting his full potential out. He is showing the world how good he is. That is really fantastic to see." Odegaard has been sensational for Arsenal this season and really embraced his leadership role at the Emirates. He admitted last week that despite his good form, he thinks he can get even better. The 24-year-old has already topped his goals and assist tallies from last season. He's really benefited from the fantastic form of the likes of Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. Arsenal have suffered a small dip in form recently, failing to win any of their last three games in all competitions. Haaland will be hoping he can take advantage of Odegaard and Arsenal's recent struggles. Pep Guardiola suggests that Zinchenko has improved so much. Pep Guardiola has suggested Alexander Zinchenko has improved this season since he swapped Manchester City for Arsenal. Guardiola sold the 26-year-old to his former City assistant Mikel Arteta, and he has helped the Gunners to the top of the Premier League. Arsenal and City face each other for the first time this season tonight in a game which could see Guardiola's men go top of the league. The Gunners would still have a game in hand, but they would much rather be 6 points clear with a game in hand at full time tonight. Speaking to City's official website before the game, Guardiola said, "Then what happened with Arsenal? Mikel knows him very well because they work together and he believed in this to try to make our process and build up a little bit better. I am happy for him, it's going well." Guardiola of course sold another player to Arteta in the summer, Gabriel Jesus, who was instrumental in the title charge before the World Cup but has been injured since. Some may now doubt Guardiola's decision to do that, but he cannot have top-class players at the club unhappy if they are not playing. With so many players as good as what City have, eventually, some are going to become frustrated with their playing time and want to move on. City have always insisted they will facilitate that as long as good offer comes in, and there are only a few clubs who can afford to buy their players, and many of them are in the Premier League. That is how the moves came about, and now Zinchenko is plotting a route past his former employers to lift Arsenal's first Premier League title since 2004. Arsenal confident of agreement after talks with Saka over a new deal. Arsenal are reportedly close to securing a new deal with winger Bukayo Saka. According to Football Insider, the Gunners have held talks with the 21-year-old winger regarding a new deal, and they are confident of securing an agreement with him in the coming weeks. It's no surprise that Arsenal are looking to tie him down to a new long-term contract following his performances this season. The Gunners are currently on top of the Premier League table, and Saka has been a star performer for them since the start of the season. He was outstanding in the recently concluded World Cup as well. The 21-year-old has 8 goals and 8 assists across all competitions, and he has all the attributes to develop into a world-class player in the coming season. The winger has a contract with Arsenal until the summer of 2024, and the Gunners will not want to lose him in the near future. Saka is still quite young and he is only going to get better with coaching and experience. The Gunners will be hoping to hold on to him for as long as possible, and the recent developments regarding a contract extension will certainly delight the Arsenal faithful. Saka will be hoping to continue his impressive run of form during the second half of the campaign as well, and Arsenal's wait for a league title this season. The 21-year-old is already a key player for his club and country, and he is valued in excess of £100 million by the London club. Mikel Arteta set for Leandro Trossard decision for Arsenal versus Manchester City. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has hinted he could start Leandro Trossard against Manchester City tonight. The January signing has done well for the Gunners when called upon. Trossard did well against City in the FA Cup and came off the bench to score against Brentford last time out. In addition, the 28-year-old has a good record of scoring against Pep Guardiola's side from his time at Brighton. Arteta spoke to the Arsenal media team at his press conference on Tuesday. He said he was looking to give players the opportunities they deserve. Admittedly, the Gunners' boss was coy when it came to Trossard specifically. He said, "Anybody who has had minutes in this league would be in line for starts." Arteta then stressed that changes will happen and very soon within the Arsenal starting 11. Speaking about selection dilemmas, the Arsenal boss said, "That's more determined by results, but for us it's more about performances and what players have given us to take us to the position we are in today. They deserve opportunities. Obviously, we are looking to give players opportunities that they deserve. You talked about Leo. We are talking about anybody who has had minutes in this league. There will be changes, it will happen and very soon. Every team is trying to work out what we do, the same that we do with every opponent we face. When I look at the games and what we produce, I am usually very satisfied with what happens." Trossard has certainly staked a claim for an Arsenal starting berth in wake of his decent start to life at the Emirates. Gabriel Martinelli's form has taken a bit of a downturn since the Premier League resumed after the World Cup, and with Trossard snapping at his heels, it remains to be seen who Arteta could pick against City. The Belgian is a magnificent addition to an already strong Arsenal attacking lineup, just the kind of selection headache you want as a manager. Arsenal reportedly want to sign James Maddison. Arsenal are now reportedly interested in signing James Maddison, who once said he'd let Bukayo Saka date his sister. The Leicester City playmaker has been in fantastic form this season and is unsurprisingly attracting plenty of interest. A report from 90 Minutes suggests Arsenal are monitoring Maddison's contract situation at the King Power Stadium. James Maddison will have earned plenty of plaudits on the red side of North London for his performance at the weekend. The 26-year-old tore Arsenal's closest rivals Tottenham apart in a 4-1 win. He scored his side's second goal before setting up Harvey Barnes, who put the final nail in the coffin. Maddison has nearly recorded a goal contribution every game for Leicester this season. His 9 goals and 5 assists are an incredibly impressive tally at this stage of the campaign. However, he has only got 18 months left on his contract, and some big clubs are now starting to circle. Arsenal may have a secret weapon up their sleeve in their pursuit of Maddison, and that's Bukayo Saka. Maddison has admitted he is a huge fan of the young winger and would even let him date his sister. The £20 million value with Maddison could form an incredible partnership with Saka should Arsenal sign him. The 26-year-old's range of passing is elite and would certainly suit Saka's fantastic movement. He is also capable of scoring some incredible goals and delivering really deadly set pieces. Arsenal already have a number of players who can challenge Martin Odegaard for that number 10 role. Emil Smith-Rowe and Fabio Vieira wouldn't be best pleased with Maddison. However, he would certainly improve the Arsenal squad, something that will be necessary if they are back in the Champions League next season. Arsenal and Chelsea could enter bidding war for 18-goal star Victor Osimhen. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has been linked with a move to the Premier League at the end of the season. The 24-year-old Nigerian striker has been in outstanding form all season, and he has scored 18 goals across all competitions. Napoli are currently on top of the Italian league standings, and they will be firm favourites to go on and win the Scudetto this season. It's hardly a surprise that Osimhen has popped up on the radar of multiple European clubs, and Italian journalist Ciro Venerato has now claimed that Premier League rivals Arsenal and Chelsea could join the auction to sign the Napoli striker. Apparently, the Nigerian could cost around €150 million at the end of the season, and the 2 London clubs could join the auction for him. Ciro Venerato said on RAI, "The future of the Nigerian will be decided in June. In a summit with his prosecutors, a contractual adjustment will be needed to which the president is open, even going beyond the parameters of the club. If Osimhen were to then decide to give into the sirens of the Premier League, an auction would ensue between Arsenal and Chelsea with figures that could be around 150 million euros. Chelsea are in desperate need of a quality goal scorer, and Osimhen certainly has the quality to transform them in the final third. The Blues have added creativity with the signings of Mykhailo Mudryk and Madwick in January. They need to bring in a finisher now. As far as Arsenal are concerned, they have struggled in the attack after the injury to Gabriel Jesus, and Mikel Arteta needs to add more depth to his attacking unit. It's evident that both clubs would need to shatter their transfer records in order to sign the 24-year-old, and it remains to be seen how the situation develops. Arsenal looks to have a big rival in race for in-demand Spanish midfielder Zubimendi. Arsenal's efforts to bolster their midfield have gained momentum with the latest update on their pursuit of Zubimendi. Mikel Arteta considered bringing in the next Sergio Busquets, as some refer to the Real Sociedad man, as Caicedo's replacement during the winter transfer window. However, the deal did not go through. Jorginho was eventually signed, but Arsenal is still looking to strengthen its midfield in the summer, so a move for Zubimendi remains possible. In fact, if Spanish journalist Mateo Serrano's claims about the Spaniard are true, Arsenal has the best chance of signing him. With Sergio Busquets set to leave Barcelona, Xavi appears to see Zubimendi as the ideal midfielder to bolster his midfield. But why might Xavi find it difficult to persuade the 24-year-old to join his project? Serrano told Calciomercato the following: Xavi needs another player instead of Busquets. The number one pick is Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad, but it's also difficult because Zubimendi wants to play in the Premier League, and for me Arsenal are in pole position. Zubimendi is one of several midfielders linked with a summer move to the Emirates. The beauty of his transfer links is that even if he does not sign, Arsenal will add another midfielder to their squad. Gundogan expecting to play one of the toughest games. The days of top teams viewing Arsenal as an easy match and declaring their confidence in a win are long gone. Arsenal have gradually grown in stature under Arteta, and this season they have been in their best form to compete in the Premier League. They are now the team everyone fears playing. Even Manchester City can't dismiss the Gunners, and all you need to hear is what Ilkay Gundogan said about facing Arsenal this week. He said, "Most probably it's going to be one of the toughest games we have played in recent years against a very strong Arsenal side with a very similar style of play, with a great manager and a great team. With this win against Villa, I think we are ready to go. That is the target. We will travel to London to try to win the game and get the 3 points, even though we know it's going to be hard, but it's going to be a top game and we will try to get the 3 points. We are playing against the best side in England so far this season, so it's going to be a top game. They are a side that we know very well. We expect football on the highest level, and we are all looking forward to it." Gundogan's words make it clear that Manchester City are unsure what awaits them at the Emirates this season. No team has beaten Arsenal at the Emirates, and hopefully City will not be the first. If there is one game that Arsenal must win, it's this one against City. So how satisfying will it be for Arteta and his team to defeat the citizens who have dominated the Premier League in recent years? I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.